Calling all nerds. This is More Than Dice, the podcast where we dive deep into the realms of everything nerdy. Whether you're a nerd culture connoisseur, a tabletop titan, a miniature gaming marveler, or just someone who proudly embraces their inner geek, this is the podcast for you. And now here's your hosts, Gonzo, Nerd, and Mizzy.
Welcome to another episode of More Than Dice. I am your host, Gonzo.
Nerd.
And Mizzy.
Welcome to episode 326. Thank you, Game Tune, for the follow. We appreciate it. We are going to be talking about some interesting subject that we really haven't talked about a lot. With all the talks about social media and, of course, the banning and unbanning of TikTok, a lot of the gaming communities and a lot of the creators are all up in arms, and we figured we would just go over some stuff and just come from our point of view. While, of course, I paint some Trench Crusade models, big shocker, and we get to doing some other stuff. But before we do that, let's go and get to our sponsors. We want to thank Creature Caster for sponsoring the channel. Make sure you go check them out on their tribe, where you can get 5 to 10 models a month with a 5th edition module to go with it that you could print off. And also check out their game Judgment, and goes our segue of Cuttlefish Colors. We want to appreciate them for following and sponsoring the channel. Check out their line if you like the paints for glazing and sketching, but you can use it for anything else. We also want to thank Turbo Dork for sponsoring the channel. If you like metallic paint or turbo shifting paints, make sure that you check them out because they are awesome. And you will see all 3 of these people at Adepticon, plus all 3 of us at Adepticon too. If you want to come and meet us and hang out and actually try to get some new special stuff, make sure that you follow us and go to the meet and greet. When it gets closer to Adepticon, we will talk about what we're going to be doing and what you can do to find us, because we're trying to work some special cool deals. So other than that, let's talk about the most important part of this podcast. Nerd, what are you drinking tonight?
Strawberry Starkist.
Word hard.
Words hard. I talk well.
Me talk pretty one day, I swear. It's juice. J-U ice.
J-U ice. C-R-M-E puff.
What? The breakdown of that, yes. I now have it stuck in my head. Thank you, guys. Mizzy, what you drinking?
I also have a pink drink, but it is strawberry kiwi. Because it's numb.
It's numb.
Num-nums.
I am doing the good old-fashioned H2O. Nothing wrong. Just figured I'd drink some water because I need to do some hydrating so I don't dehydrate. Yep. So we're making sure we're taking care of each other. It's been very extremely cold around here.
Hydrate.
So we've been taking care of all the good stuff. Guys, we really appreciate everybody. Oh, hell, hydrate. Thank you, Shadow Sword. We want to thank everybody for joining us and hanging out, whether you listen to us live or you listen to us on any other social media platforms. As always, people, we've got to look after each other. We've got to check in on each other, got to look around, got to just do what we can. Shitty world, shitty times type thing. Just make sure that you're giving each other a hug and loving each other really well. Cheers.
Cheers. And let us not also forget our shout-outs for the week.
Oh, we do have shout-outs this week. We haven't had any in a while.
That's why we skipped over them, because we are not in the,
We're not in our game.
David Lynch and Bob Uecker.
David Lynch. Let's just talk about how some of the crazy shit he made. You know, all the movies and everything.
So long.
Yeah, Twin Peaks was, if you didn't watch it when it came out, or you went around or alive, that took the place by storm, and people were like, "What the fuck is this?" And that kind of, I don't want to say it solidified him, but it really became a household name with Twin Peaks. Um, and one of the kings of what the fuck type directors and writers, to put it
Mulholland
lightly.
Drive,
Yep.
Blue Velvet, Lost Highway. Didn't he direct the first Dune movie?
I think he did some of them. I don't know which one.
I'm pretty sure that he did the Sting, Kyle MacLachlan 80s Dune. Yes, thank you. Cool. Confirmation. So, yeah. A very talented, very out there director, writer, and he will be missed. there's I don't think there will ever be another David Lynch out there. There will be other people who do weird stuff, but not quite like he did. And then Bob Uecker, who was actor and sports commentator.
Yes, very, very much, yeah, and that's what he was known for. He did participate in some movies and such, and was in there and did some things like that. But that's what he was known for. So yeah, Major League. If you've ever seen Major League, you know Bob Uecker, and
That's what I know him from.
yeah, and that's what a lot of people kind of that aren't into baseball know about him. But very big personality, very big person. So shout out to them. Cheers.
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 So, I am going to go ahead and switch over to the paint cam, but while we're doing that, it's going to take a minute because I have to turn all the cameras and do all the stuff and jump up and down and hold my tongue out correctly.
Was he on Mr. Belvedere Cookie? Man, it's been a long time since I've even heard that title. Mr. Belvedere. Yeah, he was in that. That's right. I used to watch that with my brothers. Back in the 90s.
Back in the 90s. Old fuckers. But so Mizzy and I are going to talk about our game of Trench Crusade before we get into social media because, like I said, we're I don't say we're really into it, but we've been really into it lately. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Camera seems to be working fine. Here we go.
It's our latest hyperfixation.
Yes. And it's been a good hyperfixation because it's been definitely a lot of creative stuff. We've been 3D printing models like crazy. Oh, new model. This is not an official model, but it's someone that did a inspired by, best way to put it, and it's the Geotic Warlock. And he's creepy as hell. They got an official model coming out soonish, and when it is, I'll get it and paint it up. But he's going to be in my.
Right meow.
But not right now. Oh, I did print off an extra bomb boy for you, Mizzy, but
sure. Fun.
Yeah, the ecclesiastic prisoner. Pretty much they run out there going, ah! And then go and die.
Hey, Gonzo.
Yes.
Put your ears on.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Where are my ears? Okay. Right meow. Right meow. But we've been playing it, and so I picked up some new STLs, the Trench Pilgrims and Heretics, which, by the way, here she is in the full glory of holy crap, that's a big old bomb.
That is a huge model.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's about 12 inches tall. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this and put it on some terrain to make it a terrain piece. Like put it in bronze and so on and so forth, and probably do a glow effect on the symbol on the bomb, but put it as a bronze piece for terrain.
Zoom your camera out to show the full thing?
Maybe give me 1 second. Yeah, there you go.
Large.
So
Particular model is just large for cool factor. Game size. What's the scale?
the actual model is on a 32 millimeter base. Give me a second. I have that model right over here somewhere because we did play the game yesterday, and I haven't put away what I took. Where are you, lucky lady? So here she is, the normal scale.
So the size of a foot, basically.
Yeah.
So
Large.
this is what she
lady.
is in the game. She's just on a 32 millimeter base.
And then the super size is what Gonzo did.
And then
for
I
his
supersized it
standards.
and resized it up and hollowed it out because this model has got really cool detail that you really don't see a lot until you do a big supersize of the model. I found a support I got to break off. Like the chainmail underneath the armpit and the chainmail on the hands. But it scaled up really, really well. Didn't lose a lot of detail on it.
That's good.
So I'll be printing up, but you can tell on the bomb that the bomb actually has like this weird texture on it, type thing. But I wanted to do this. I just wanted to scale it up just for fun and see what it was like. It took about 15 hours to print.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then I will, after that, I will, like I said, I'm going to put it as a terrain piece. I have some foam, and she's going to be bronze statued up. It's pretty much what it is.
Nice.
So,
We go put some patina on her.
yep, going to do some little bluish patina
So
look
the
to
large
her.
witch throws bombs that turn into the smaller bomb witches. That would be funny. That would be funny.
Yeah, she'll
Just
probably.
biting her.
I'll probably give it away too, because it'll just be cool to give it away to people.
Give it away, give it away.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now. But that was one of my printing projects for the week. I am going to work on some of my other models. Let me zoom this back in.
Nesting dolls of doom.
Yes,
Pretty much.
that is a thing.
But Mizzy and I decided to play a game of Heretics versus Trench Pilgrims. It was a fun game. We found out that a 900.8 glory event would take about an hour and a half, give or take, to play, which is not a bad amount of time if you think about it. And that's like their average, like large scale game, I guess you want to say. And we're testing it out because we have a project coming up that I'm working with someone else with for the game to see about doing some cool stuff. The artillery witch is a bitch.
Yes.
But she does
Nightmare
cool things.
fuel.
Yeah, she's nightmare fuel. If you're playing, make sure you kill her ASAP.
And make sure she's not behind cover.
Yeah, she's a bitch to kill.
'Cause that is why I could not kill her, because she was undercover.
Yeah.
That bitch.
Undercover. Wait, no, wrong thing.
But we had a good time. The game is very simple. Just got to learn new rules. Army building is really cool. It's got some good things to do with it, and you got to be, tactical about your choices. But we had a blast. But while we did like our armies, we liked our other armies a lot more. They were just more our play styles, our first ones. I'll most likely print up Antioch and the Black Grail, and we'll test those out too, just to do it. Nothing big. And I think a lot of them, people have asking like, what should I play or whatever. Choose what you think looks cool. Go for it.
I did steer me wrong.
Nope, that's the reason why I like my court models, which that's what I'm working on right now. I'm working on a fiend. A yoke fiend is my model. And this guy is going to just runs around the field beating shit up. It's the best way to say it.
That checks.
He's just going to beat things up. But we had a lot of fun. Nerd, before we get to the thing, you did say you wanted to talk about something. Did you want to talk about any more about your RPG that you had? Or were you good?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. I know you said you wanted to say something about it, but I don't know if you wanted to say more.
Now I'm trying to remember what I was even talking about. I cannot brain today.
God,
Nerd.
same.
Everybody's having problems braining and talking today.
Words are hard, okay?
Words are hard.
I speak goodish. So, all right. So, as we all saw this week, whether you are a user or you know about it because everything's going on, TikTok did get banned, but eventually got unbanned. Came back up online earlier today. But during this whole week, there's been this whole thing of, hey, since TikTok's getting banned, we're going to be switching our social media pages, which a lot of people did.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have been because they've been talking about it.
Yeah. And on top of that, I think people are still going to, and they are not going to go back. I think it's done a lot of damage because right now I guess there's like they've got like a time frame to possibly get it back or sell it to someone else, which we all know that this is not anything that's whatever. But it's a political move. Blah 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 blah. But it affects people's livelihood and people's paychecks. Because some people relied on that to get money for their small businesses or influencing stuff, you name it.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta sneeze. Sorry.
Violence.
But and it got me thinking. We don't use TikTok. We never have. We probably never will. But from some people do. Nerd, do you use it for your Nerd Holla?
I have posted one video. I did it really just to reserve my username.
Gotcha.
But yeah, short format video production is its own beast that I haven't quite figured out.
So I have some experience with short form videos, and well, videos in general aren't my favorite. Like I see the usefulness of it, and a lot of people can make it work for them, but it really just depends on how much effort you want to put into it.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to put a whole lot of effort into your content, then definitely don't do videos.
Well,
because it's just not worth it.
And that's another thing people, we got to stress. Social media is work, whether you like it or not. Keeping up posts, putting on content, putting content that's what people like. We usually, on the More Than Dice stuff, we just put up stuff we work on or been talking about, or sometimes news that happen. But and we're not in it for the money. I mean, I'll tell you right now, guys, the amount of money we've made from our social media stuff wouldn't buy us a candy bar.
No, not at all. Not even from the dollar store.
Yeah. Like our Meta paycheck, we just started getting paid for stuff, and I think our first paycheck was 25 cents.
Wow.
Yeah.
You ballin',
the
man.
fact that they even cut us a check for that.
Well, I think they told us that's how much we made, so they won't cut it until we get to whatever we get to, whatever the minimum. But
whatever the threshold is.
Yeah, whatever the threshold. Our Patreon, we do get a little bit of money from that, like $10 or $15. It helps pays our hosting fees. That's all we do this for. It just helps there. We're not, this isn't about making a ton of money, but for a lot of people, it is. It is their livelihood, and you keep on screwing with people's livelihood. Especially with this TikTok stuff going on, there was a lot of game companies and a lot of other people that shut down other game systems because of it, like Marvel Snap. That's what I couldn't remember which one it was. got
I was saying, Rivals is alive and well, believe me.
yeah, yeah. I couldn't remember what Marvel Snap, and um, the big issue behind this is people just don't trust going forward. Some people are just permanently staying off of TikTok now. They're going to convert their viewers or thing out and go somewhere else. Don't blame them. I wouldn't want to put in all that effort to, hey, 90 days later, TikTok's down again. It's caused enough hassle as it is.
Yes.
But as a team, we we primarily are on Facebook and we cross post to Instagram and of course here because hey, it's the podcast. Um, but it is a lot of work to do this.
Yeah.
A lot of work, social aspect of it. Um, Nerd, and Mizzy can tell you because she's worked in it and done it as a job, social media wise, that it's not just post a picture and go.
Nope. You gotta
Mizzy,
fight with the algorithm.
I'll let you go and talk about that while you are working on this.
Well, I mean, so you got to know the right hashtags, for instance, to get to your target audience. What is applicable? If you use one that's not popular, then you'll get fewer hits. If you use one that's too popular, the algorithm will slow it down to not spam people. So it's a very delicate balance of how you deal with that. And you put in a lot of work researching these things, and it's exhausting.
It is.
And you're just like,
managing what are trending hashtags to make sure
mm-hmm.
that your stuff is getting seen by the right communities, whether or not you're doing like whether you're doing like marketing boosting posts on various social medias and stuff like that.
And when you post makes a whole big difference too,
Oh
because
yeah.
if you post let's say like 8 o'clock at night, just something that you randomly did, there's some people that aren't gonna see it, as opposed to if you post at like 8 a.m. or 2 p.m. or somewhere there where you have active viewer time.
Yeah.
So it's also something to consider, and it's hard, guys. So it's just a very delicate balance that you gotta figure out just by trial and error, and then looking at your analytics, seeing like, okay, this post underperformed, but this post, got 500 likes. Okay, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah, like I was talking earlier today to folks. I'm just like, my post of my new streaming area is doing better than half of my flippin' mini posts.
Yeah.
Or like my most viewed post I think was my tattoo. Like it's you also like, and people are really picky. Like if you have a variety of content, like for someone like me who does D&D and co-streaming and minis and podcasts and stuff like that, I think that's actually affecting my numbers because it's not just one category.
You're actually probably right on that, just
Like I've
because
got more
everything
people on
is so
Twitch
picky.
than I do on Instagram, and I've had my Instagram years longer than I've been on Twitch. But yeah, and like there's so many social media sites out there. Like I know Blue Sky is a big one now, that a lot of people are moving to instead of like say Instagram or Twitter, because your pictures and your art is protected
Yeah.
and can't be used to be fed into AI kind of a thing. Um, but like the rate at which Blue Sky is exploding really, really surprised me.
Well, they also on Blue
Twitch
Sky
and that,
they get rid of negative people very quickly.
yes. Yeah. Yeah,
Interesting.
they are big on like uh making sure that the information that people aren't spreading false information, that people aren't getting harassed, all
That's
that sort of
nice.
stuff. Yeah. Better moderation, I think, in general. Um but like we've now, with TikTok being banned, a lot of people are jumping to one or both of two other apps that are very similar, Lemon 8 and Redbook?
Red Note, which
Red
they have
Note.
already
Thank
said
you.
that they are looking to ban Red Note now too.
Yes, yes. I've been keeping up on this a lot this week, and yeah, Red Note has some questionable ties. Like part of the user agreement is that you are expected to follow certain things that are in line with the Chinese government and communism and that sort of stuff. And some people aren't. Some people don't care about that stuff. Some people do. Like it's, but that is a big part of why that one is going to likely get banned next. Is it worth the effort building up on Blue Sky though? My concern is they will simply fizzle. It's hard to say
So
because it's
Artemichael
all
asked a
new and
question about Blue Sky. Um,
yeah. Is it worth the effort of building up on Blue Sky? My concern is that it'll simply fizzle. Um, it's really hard to say. Uh, like
I cut. In my opinion, I feel like posting on any kind of social media is a risk,
yeah,
just because
I
you never know.
yeah it's hard to determine the longevity of sites like these because there are so many out there, and you never know when something's going to happen and everybody's going to jump ship to another site.
Hmm.
the one thing I will say about Blue Sky is they've got it organized really well, and the advertisement portion of it is non-existent. So,
Mhm.
for example, I went to get on Facebook today to check out some posts, and I had 40 posts of either follow me or advertisements before I saw one post from one of my friends,
Yeah.
which really annoyed the crap out of me.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I was talking about a post of yours that I saw, and I'm like, I didn't see this one. You had referenced one that you had posted a year ago, and I'm like, why did I never see this? Oh, because everything is oh, follow this person, follow that person. Oh, here's an ad. And like I use Facebook primarily just to post memes because trying to keep up with anything and everyone, because I know so many people through networking and all that kind of stuff, minis, theater, over the years, like I have to specifically go to people's pages to see their posts because I it's so infrequent to actually see someone's post,
Yeah.
like a legit original post that's not just a shared repost or something like that. Yeah, I've been blocking things like I have been blocking accounts. I have been deleting various groups that I'm in, just trying to hone it down to just the people in my feed. But Meta pushes so much extra content and advertisements that yeah, it is just ads now. It's so much worse than it's ever been. And I know a lot of people are also like, I have several friends right now that are boycotting Meta. Um, so
Well,
like if there's a lot of groups that, like, I would love to switch to Discord exclusively, but so many people I know only use Facebook that is the only way for me to stay in contact with them.
well, also on top of that is the everybody's done it for so long and has so many people on it that
Mhm.
to mitigate away from it, it would be a pain because you would
Yeah.
never get your people back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a friend whose account was hacked no, it was banned. It was his Instagram got hacked. They somehow there was some sort of loophole where you could attach a account to an Instagram like to a Facebook, and then the Instagram got banned, which got his Facebook banned, and he lost years of pictures and
Oh
contacts, and like
God.
people thought he passed away or something because he suddenly just disappeared. Like he's got pictures of family and friends that are no longer with him that he can never access again because Facebook was just like, well, there's nothing we can do.
And you're like,
And
yeah, you can. It's your fucking account.
yeah, well, they're just like, well, you have to go into the the account that was logged in. He's like, but I didn't create this Instagram account. Somebody else did. I was hacked. Like they used a loophole, and they're just like, well, sorry.
Yeah.
So
That's trash. Don't be a
yeah,
trash human, guys.
yeah,
I don't think
but
any of you will, but if
yeah.
you're out there and you're considering it, just don't.
Like one of the other like we were talking about the posting to various platforms as well. Um, I wish there was an easier way to post to multiple platforms at once without having to pay for it,
Yes.
Yeah.
especially for like people like us that are on multiple platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and like while those are both meta, but like if we ever wanted to branch out to other social media sites or something like that, having being able to like schedule post to multiple things at once, you have to pay so much money because I looked into doing that myself, and it's in
It's stupid.
Yo,
it is stupid.
it's not fun.
But
0
yeah,
stars.
like I don't know. I'm curious because we're all different ages. Like I grew up without social media being a thing until I graduated high school and was in college. Like I think in my mid to late 20s when Facebook really started becoming a thing. And like there's some people who've like never known a world without social media.
That's the generation after me,
Yeah.
for the record.
Yeah. Like we're millennials.
Yeah.
Millennials.
Yeah, those.
Millennials.
Phenomena.
No, 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 no.
And
That's my
then
generation.
there's Gonzo, who's Generation X. Who's
Don't give a fuck.
0 fucks.
exactly 0 fucks given.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
Yeah, like
my
I
age.
can't even imagine like what it would have been like to grow up with social media as a teenager because like high school was hard enough. Cyberbullying is its own thing, but like for us, it's the ability to we use it as like as the podcast we use it as a way to connect with listeners, connect with other businesses and other podcasts and people in the hobby and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just started rambling.
Words.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing is,
Rude.
I didn't grow up with, of course, social media because
Yeah.
I'm old as fuck. But um, we use it mostly to connect to everybody out there. And the one thing I want to bring about all of this when we talk about this, we can buy a post, we can boost a post, we can get people extra people listening by getting stuff. But the best and easiest way to get our stuff out and to have everybody talk about us is by our friends sharing it.
Yep.
That is the best way to get. If you like what we do, share our post out there, or just say, hey, tag us in a post saying, hey, I listened to these guys. They're pretty fun. They do some stupid stuff. I'm constantly saying, damn it, Gonzo. And, that's the best thing. That's the best way to get it because that's the reason why the raid function of Twitch came about is because you're more willing to accept somebody else's Twitch stream if you're recommended and sent to them than you are to just, you know, get them from, whatever reason. Or
Here's a
you handle them.
suggested person type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And so people will go and listen to it a lot more if you've directed them to that.
I'm pretty sure that's how I got all of the people that I follow is just other friends raiding out
Hmm.
and just spiraling.
Well, and the new Twitch feature with the stream together, the new co-streaming feature, they're pushing so hard, and like more people are getting like I I it has its ups and downs. I like it because it's got the shared chat, so you're not having to read to two different chats. You've got the shared chat, but at the same time, the Twitch CEO is really trying to push this as like a primary feature, and thinks that everyone should be doing the stream together. Well, if depending on what you're doing, that's not necessarily feasible for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's punishing solo streamers, and I don't think that's okay.
Well, you also have people that don't want to stream with other people because it could
Yeah.
interfere with their business. Because
Hmm.
it is a business. There are quite a other, well, not naming names or anything and not giving examples, but there are people that are like, I'm not going to because it could take X amount of dollars away from me. Or they may be funnier than me. And, there is this dirty side to streaming and podcasting, type thing where people, they're not, they're in it for the money and they don't want to mess with anybody else because XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Um, because they want to do it. But there's a reason
Yeah.
why we have a lot of podcasts on More Than Dice. There's a reason why we have a lot of special guests, is because we want people to get there. You know, we want people to know about them and see them and get to
Yeah.
know them and pimp product. We help our friends type thing. And even that, even we put it out there and we're like, hey, we'll have a special guest. Fucking Keanu Reeves. Well, if it doesn't get out there and no one tells it and it's just us, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Literally nothing will
We got
happen.
Keanu Reeves.
You gotta pimp your shit.
Yeah.
Yo, shit. And just also the whole like trying to keep up with multiple social medias at
Oh,
once
yes.
and respond to messages and remember to post to things or double checking things, and it can get overwhelming. And like I actively avoided Instagram for a long time until I started streaming and saw like and same with TikTok. I actively avoided TikTok for a long time. I understand the popularity of these. However, I am not the kind of person that spends a lot of time on them. Uh and like stuff, and also various social medias, like if you are trying to we'll just take me for example, like say that I wanted to get a sponsorship from a company or something like that. A lot of them like will not even consider you if you don't have like a minimum number of followers
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
on very specific social media. Like they they consider YouTube to be like, they don't care about Twitch numbers. They want your YouTube numbers. They don't care about your Facebook numbers. They want to know your Instagram numbers, kind of a thing. Like it's a catch 22.
Yeah. And there's some of them that
And
if like Twitch has a thing that you're not allowed to you're not allowed to do live on Twitch and on another platform, or you could lose, money,
I
or
think they removed that
Did
because
they
there's a
finally
lot of
remove it?
people that, yeah, I think that's not a thing anymore because I know a lot of people that co-stream either to, or, well, previously TikTok and Twitch at the same time, or YouTube and uh, Twitch at the same time. I think those are the ones that are allowed.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, maybe they have, but there was at one point there was competing that
Hmm.
you can't do X Y Z, or like I said, Nerd says you don't have you know 100,000 followers, we don't care about you, which I get it. That's fine. That's their business wanting to do it. But I'm going to tell you right now, some of the stuff that we have done, and I keep track of things that we post or things that I post or anything like that, and comparing to how everybody else is. And some of our reaches have reached further and gotten more people interested in things than the big streamers because whether we bring out a new product or not, some people are stuck in their ways and won't try something new no matter what it is, and no matter how good it is either.
Hmm.
They're like, I'm not going to go play that game because I've been doing X game for 30 years and it's still good. I don't care what you're pimping.
Yeah, like I've tried to search for, like, we'll take YouTube for example, trying to find tutorials on something or like reviews on stuff, and it's you're getting the people that are being paid to promote things that are getting the reach versus like legit reviews.
Yeah. Not to name drop or anything, but Goobertown Hobbies did do a episode on paid promotions and paid sponsorship stuff and everything. And it was actually, if you haven't followed him, Brent's a really nice guy and he's really fun to listen
Yeah.
to. He's a goofy nerd. Um, his new mustache cracks me up. But he did an episode on paid sponsorships because there's some people who's like, hey, we'll send you this product, will you pimp it out? And they're like, yeah, my pimping fee is X amount of dollars for X amount of time. If you like more, there's my other fees. And some places are like, well, I'm not going to pay you. And they're like, okay, well, I'm
Yeah.
not going to pay for your product. And they have every right. It is your channel. You do what you want, and they have every right not to pay you, or not, accept that and just, go the other way.
Hmm.
But that's the reason why I think getting to, I don't want to say the smaller streamers and smaller people is actually not a bad idea for companies because sure, they may not get the reach, but you don't have to pay for it. And most people are really welcome to, yeah, I'll pimp this. Just send me your product you want to tell us. I'll give you a review, not a good review, an honest review on stuff, and you can get it out there. And then maybe someone else goes, oh shit, this channel had it. They got a lot of reviews. Hey, can I pimp it? I will lower my price, or hey, I'll do it for free, whatever.
Yeah. Or some places will just straight up refuse to pay you for stuff and expect you to do XYZ, and they think that exposure is good enough payment.
Yeah,
But if they don't turn around and help promote you as well,
correct.
that does nothing for small businesses.
Yeah,
Small
if
stream.
something comes up and they go, hey, we want you to pimp this, and we're like, okay, I'm going to do this huge project. Here it is. And you don't hear anything from them to help promote it or cross promote it or send it out. Yeah, they're probably don't give two shits about you.
Yep. I'm not gonna name names, but I did a commission this last year and was told that we were going to get uh cross promotion, and there was zero.
Yeah.
They promoted one person out of the group of us that were working on these commissions, and the rest of us got nothing.
That's jank.
Yeah.
That is very common though.
Hmm. And people kept pointing the finger at somebody else for whose fault that was. So,
Many a times I'm like, yep, here it is, and where's my post? oh, we didn't get to it. I'm like, all right, done. Not doing anything. Cross promote me,
Yep.
or I am not touching your product again.
Yep.
Done that a couple of times. That's the reason why you get it in
Sometimes
contract.
you gotta.
Sometimes you have to get it in writing. But
Mhm.
that's been a common occurrence. But like I says, I mean, we don't mind pimping someone's product. We don't mind having someone on, on our channel if they're like, wanting to pimp a product. Because I mean, we're just here to help out. There's no
Yeah.
big deal. I mean, we don't make any money. We don't, we're small fries compared to a lot of other people, and we don't have a problem with that. We're just doing this for fun. We were doing it for money. It'd be a whole different thing.
I'm just a nerd on
Welcome
the
in,
internet.
Gunplay Ubel.
The
Hi.
build goes with gunpla. How about that? No builds tonight. All the paints.
Damn it,
Uh,
console.
working
What model
on.
is this that you're working on?
This is a Yoke Fiend for
Can you bring it down a little bit? It's kind of off
Oh, sorry.
camera a little bit.
Yeah. It is a Yoke Fiend from Trench Crusade.
Nice.
From the
Nice. I like the colors you
faction
got going.
7, the Court of the Seven-Headed Serpent.
Nice. I like the red skin on that. That's a good.
Yeah, I think it was gonna I did do a red skin on them earlier, but it was too dark of a red, and so I went with this red instead. So I'm just laying base colors before I start doing the shading and highlighting and all that good stuff.
Yeah. But like I know we've been criticizing social media, but there's also a lot of benefits to social media because it you find ways to connect with people and it gives people a place to come find you
Yes.
as well. Like
Yeah, it's definitely a good community builder whenever you finally do hit those people that you're targeting.
mhm.
Some really great friends along the way. All fun stuff.
Yeah, it just takes a lot of
Mars.
work. And like I says,
Yeah.
the best way to get your stuff out is ask your friends, just share, tag,
Yeah.
show off my stuff. If you like it, go, hey, check these guys out. I will tell you right now, that will get a person further than anything else.
Yeah.
And it's free.
Word of mouth.
Free.
Great. Uh like we're gonna be at Adepticon and getting to like Gonzo I know has mentioned before he's gone to cons and like people recognize him from his voice. Like and we'll have like stickers and stuff like that to hand out which will have our links back to our socials and stuff like that. So like if we meet new people,
They can find
they'll
us.
be able to find us later thanks to stickers because stickers are a thing.
I will tell you that when you get recognized for your voice or someone recognizes you from your picture and your face and you're
Mhm.
standing in line in a convention and someone goes, you're standing in line at Adepticon and all of a sudden you're just talking with someone, they're like, hey, are you Gonzo from More Than Dice? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, I listen to you. I'm like, don't fuck with me. and and it's really cool. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give a shit what anybody says. It is really cool to meet a fan or somebody that doesn't interact with us, on a weekly. Because I found out that we are actually kind of popular with the truck driving crowd because
Oh,
they
that
can
makes
listen
sense.
to it while they drive.
Makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah, 100% sense. Our reach on our audio is, of course, much bigger than our reach on our video because they can just plug it in while they're working out, driving a car, so on and so forth, or whatever. And it's nice. It's really. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you go up to any podcaster and you tell them that you listen to them and you appreciate the work, and they give you a shitty attitude, stop listening to them because everybody and anybody appreciates every single one of their listeners. So
Yeah.
if, go say hi to them. Don't be embarrassed or don't be shy. Just go, hey, I listen to you. My biggest oh shit moment or whatever. So everybody knows I'm a huge Dragonlance fan. It's my bread and butter. It's what got me into everything. And my one time at Gen Con, Margaret Weiss and Tracy Kepman are there. And I walked up to him and was like, thank you. That's all I said. I was just, thank you for what you did. It put me, where I am today, made me who I am. And they're like, you can tell that they're very appreciative of it. And I'm sure they've heard it 90 million times, but
It
go
never
do it.
gets old.
It never gets old. It never gets old to hear someone say, hey, I listened to your shit and it's awesome. Thank you. Even if it doesn't like change their world or whatever, we
Yeah.
like to, they like to hear it because it means that the hard work they've done is appreciated.
Yes.
And is making a difference in people's lives, even if it's minute.
Yeah.
And
So,
it helps shut the imposter syndrome down.
oh God. Yeah, that's still.
Take that, imposter syndrome. They said they liked me.
Still get that all the time.
Yeah, same.
Well, I didn't say it stopped it. I said it helped it.
We like you too, V.
Yeah.
Oh, don't like Gonzo, but I understand.
Waiting for some sort of comment about Gonzo to be next. I like Gonzo, especially when he wears cat ears. Which she did redeem another half hour of
Okay.
cat ears a minute ago.
Which, by the way, V, make sure you ask if Mizzy hasn't shown you. Make sure you ask Mizzy about the shark room.
Oh, I sent her a video of that. Thank you.
Okay, we'll make sure that she got that.
Dark room?
So we joined a new free company, and
Okay, there you go.
one of the people in there has their room built out to have a shit ton of short plushies all over the room. And I walked in and I immediately said, "Oh my God, V has to see this."
And screenshotted it.
I took a video with my phone and I sent it to her
Nice, nice.
because, yeah, V needed to see all the shorts. And the short plushies are so cute too. They're so squishable. And I need one. I need all of them. I need at
man,
least one.
I wish Palia had plushies available to purchase because I would get all the plushies from Palia.
A plushie.
I just want the giant bee.
But we will, like I said, we're going to be at Adepticon. We're doing the meet and greet and everything, so people can see us. And if it's somebody you don't know, find out who they are. Maybe you'll like their content. Maybe you'll like some of the stuff they do. I mean, people, it's how I met Nerd. Whether Nerd likes to admit it or not, I met her through a bunch of different things that she doesn't know about, and she's not going to know about because I have my ways. Then I invited her on the podcast to, talk about stuff, and that's how this weird and interesting relationship started over everything. So.
Yeah, and if you see us out in the wild at a con,
say hi.
We're not gonna. Yeah, come say hi. Get a hug.
Yeah.
High five and a sticker.
High five and a sticker.
I give great
Slap
hugs.
it right onto your forehead.
Plaster on your forehead.
I will only bite you if you want me to, V.
Yes, with consent. We will.
Consent is important. Enthusiastic consent is important.
Yes, absolutely.
Because if you ain't enthusiastic about it, we got problems.
I will nom on a V if she asks. Yes.
If so desired, yes. Nom nom. All the noms.
I don't want to spread my disease, so I don't bite on people.
Yeah, you're cooties.
Well, it's that weird It's that weirdness. That weirdness just goes crazy.
Yes, V. Yes.
Just nom on each other all the time.
I don't want to spread my contagion. But I'm going to tell you right now, guys, if you like what someone's doing, share it. If you think it's cool and you want people to hang out with, join their Discord. I'm going to tell you, I don't know how many times I've been somewhere and someone's Discord and nerds watching a movie with a bunch of people. Nerds hanging out and painting. We're hanging out in our Discord.
I have maxed out the number of servers I can be in, even with Nitro.
So, I mean,
That's a lot of servers there, nerd.
If there's one thing I'm good at, it's networking. It's because I join everybody's. I am in so many Discords.
Yeah, you can't tell me there's nothing to do or whatever unless you haven't joined enough Discords if you don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
Or hey, if you want to play a video game and you're into Final Fantasy 14, Mizzy and I are playing that. Come and join us. Hang out with us.
Boy,
Or if
do
you're
we
curious
have the
what the game
Discord
is
for
like and just
you.
want to watch. Yeah, or just hang out. Like I have a hangout in my chat or in my Discord, and half the time we're just sharing memes with each other and talking about our day and like building each other up. Like it's
Like Legos.
yeah.
But
Yes. We're building Lego people.
but I mean that's one of the things that social media is an aspect of life that we have to deal with, and it's a thing that we have to help promote each other and get things going. But if we really, really want to help each other out or we want to grow, it's going to come down to friends unless we're willing to pay a shit ton of money. And I'll tell you right now, we broke ass bitches.
Yes.
See.
We do this because we love it, not because we're making money off of it.
Oh no.
No.
No. We don't do this for the money. If we did this for the money, we would never have done it to begin with.
All my bills are paid because I work a full-time job.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
this ain't it.
don't get me wrong. I'm up for doing a hot tub stream, but you got to suffer through that if I'm going to be in a hot tub stream.
So, Mizzy,
Go
we're
for it.
doing an Orbeez pool stream, right?
Yes. Dude, the sensory, that would be so great. Yeah. Yeah.
Two goblins and two goblins and a fuck ton of Orbeez.
Yes.
Now we're going to get in trouble. Someone's going to be reporting us.
Damn it, Gonzo. It's your fault.
But yeah,
Hello,
no,
Anna.
the sensor. Anyway, we got 2 more minutes until time, or do we want to go ahead and start our media section?
Yeah, I'm
What do you
actually
think?
at a
What
decent
do we
point
have
to
to
stop.
say to wrap up?
No, and that's pretty much a good thing. If you like what you see, tell your friends. Social media is a lot of hard work, not only for streamers but anybody, especially if you're not famous. People that are famous have a team that do it. We have just us, and tell your friends, share your stuff from your friends, show them off. That's what's going to help them out more than anything else, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What does XZ say? Oh, Gremlin Takeover,
Oh,
Orby
Gremlin
Pool Stream.
Takeover Orby pool stream.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
Ooh, gotta tell Mizzy a secret.
Oh, a secret.
You're a team. Go team nerds. Yay! Like a sword.
With our powers combined.
what?
We
You
are.
know what's interesting is we were talking about. Oh, you said 30 more minutes. We are a team. Nerd has her own channel and she does her own stuff. Doesn't mean that she doesn't bring some stuff from her own thing onto us, or we talk about things that happen on her stream. But we are a team. Mizzy does some of our social media. I do some of the social media. Nerd yells at me for not having the topic 4.5 hours before the the stream or whatever. I always
I only ask multiple times a week. It's fine.
yeah. And then I try to come up with something. I'm like, come on, someone else help me out. Come on, help me out, guys. But it's not that big of a deal.
It's never on one person. We all do our parts. We've all got our own skill sets that we bring.
I mean, I do the setting up of the stream and the running of the show type thing, but we all talk about stuff because we also, as a team, we talk about, do we want this sponsor? Do we want to be sponsored by these people? Hey, we received this product. Who's going to get this product? Well, it's a lot of gaming nerd stuff. Well, Mizzy and I do a lot of the gaming. Doesn't mean I can't print or give Nerd something, because Nerd has some Kador from War Machine she's got to work on.
Oh yeah, those are in a
Somewheres.
box. No, they're still in the other studio because they're plastic, and I knew that they.
They'd be okay. And we share stuff to give around type thing. We
Yeah.
are a team. We do talk about stuff. We have our own channel where we're like, hey, what do we want to do? What do we want to talk about? What do we want to do for X, Y, and Z? We're like this. So um, we're just, a bunch of nerds doing stuff we like. We crack up each other all the time, sending inappropriate things.
We
I'm
tell
really
Johnson we crack up
surprised.
all the time.
I'm surprised that y'all did not comment on my hand picture, and I'm certainly upset about that hand picture that I sent y'all that y'all did not comment.
You a gif? You shut your face. You lying man.
So you'll have to send that picture to V. See if she figures it out there, Mizzy.
I think it's pretty obvious.
But it's really good.
Very obvious.
Yes, but it is quite interesting. The art on it is really good too. Hands are such a pain in the ass. Gonzo is synonymous with full of shit.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we are going to be working up a t-shirt design. They're mostly going to be for us. We may sell them later on, but we're working up a design that we're going to try to wear at Adepticon. I got to get with Mizzy tomorrow so we can get all the graphic work done so we can get those ordered. And yes, there will be something about me on this damn t-shirt.
Damn it,
Um,
Gonzo.
So we're going to have a lot of fun. We got special stickers that we're going to give away at Adepticon. If you collect all three, you get another special sticker. I am in talks. He hasn't got back to me with a 3D designer, a famous 3D designer, to make us a miniature we can give away. But he hasn't got back to me.
Knowing famous people? What?
Tell us after the podcast. I need to know.
Yeah, so I'm working with them, see if they've got space to make an STL for us, so I can 3D print miniatures to give away at Adepticon. That will be More Than Dice miniatures. So, other than that, we're gonna switch over to the media section. There was not a lot of media this time. We're still catching up on shows. A lot of my shows have stopped. So I haven't a lot of things, but something came up on Netflix that I was like, I think I am going to watch this because I needed to eat lunch or eat breakfast, and I needed just something small, 30-minute episodes. And holy fuck, is this show dumb as hell, but funny as shit.
It is so stupid. It's funny.
Yes,
And
it is so stupid. It's funny. It's an anime on Netflix. I guess it's a full season one. It's already been out. If you got Crunchyroll and all that, it's there. And it's Meshly, Magic and Muscle. The story is the entire world. Everybody can cast magic in the entire world. If you can't cast magic, you're usually killed off. Well, this person found a child that can't cast magic and taught them how to be extremely muscular and fit and incredibly stupid strong, and didn't improve on his intelligence or wisdom one bit. It's a running gag joke that he doesn't know how to open or close a door because he doesn't know if it's push or pull.
do I push or do I pull?
And he's obsessed with
Thank
cream puffs. And so he's got a little song that he sings when he's thinking about cream puffs, and it's CRA puffs, CREA puffs, and he does this through the whole thing. I will tell you, when I watched this first episode, I was like, holy shit, this is bad. This is horribly, horribly dumb, but funny as hell. He actually gets recruited to go to a school for magic users, aka not Hogwarts, but Hogwarts. And
Hogwarts-esque.
yeah, Hogwarts-esque, and has to become a wizard and learn how to do all these spells, which he has no way to do it, but he solves everything through muscle and might and punching the shit out of people. There are a lot of quirky things to this show. It is so dumb, but it is that dumb funny type thing.
So I walked in on this like halfway through an episode somewhere along the way, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I just kept watching it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And just laughing my ass off. And I was like, okay, I need to go back. I got to know the backstory on this. Where's episode 1?
So I'm watching it. I'm like 7 or 8 episodes in. It's it's so dumb. But it is so funny. It's uh-oh.
Things are falling off the wall. We're good.
Nerd's
It
wall
just
yeeted
startled me.
herself.
Just all of a sudden, yeah, all of a sudden something just launched itself off the wall.
But it's actually pretty good because it started getting into the magic stuff, and like one of the things that's funny is everybody it's a typical anime. When I cast a spell, Gravi Koto, fist of flaming fist of Gongolo and whatever type thing, and it's all through this. But of course, he names muscle groups like biped, he just starts naming muscle groups when he does stuff, and it's fucking hilarious. It is so dumb. It is so smooth brain dumb. It is amazing. If you haven't seen it, go watch it on Netflix. I think it's on Crunchyroll, but you could watch it there. It did get renewed for a season 2, but it's been pretty fun and pretty stupid.
I feel like if you identify as a 12-year-old boy, then you're going to enjoy this shit.
Hey, Big Jim Slade. But yeah, definitely go check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of stupid. We'll have anything. Mizzy, did you have anything else you want to say out since you watched that?
No. You think
Okay.
you got it covered for everything that I've got?
Let's go ahead and go to Nerd because one of the things that you watched, I watched. Nerd.
Star Trek?
He's thinking.
What did you? Oh, no, I have only. What did you watch that I watched?
No, Mizzy and I watched.
Oh, okay. I was really confused. I'm like, what? Yeah.
I was confused too.
Sorry, I got old man that demanding attention.
It's a baby.
So I started watching Yu Yu Hakusho, which one of my D&D players based his character on. So I figured it was about time that I started. Now that we're a year plus into the campaign, it's about time that I watch the show. It's a lot of fun so far. It's very silly. It's an older anime. I'm only like a handful of episodes in, but I'm very much enjoying it so far. At least for now, I'm gonna give it like a 1.5. Because Desi, seriously, cat. um, where what was I talking about? I don't watch. Yeah, about 1.5 Space Herbies. I don't watch a ton of anime. But a lot of what I've seen are like the ones that are like super like it's no Akira, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Gonzo?
Yes.
Mizzy, you want to go ahead and talk about the one we watched, or do you have something else?
No, I ain't got nothing else. What are you talking about? I've been playing Final Fantasy. Damn it, Gonzo. So the other thing that I watched this week is 6888 on Netflix. It's a war movie about the words, Gonzo.
The all-female African American unit during the war. They solved the World War II. They solved the mail crisis that was happening. Basically, I had to look up. I wanted to know the true story behind everything, because if you're going to make a movie based on something that happened in real life, I want to know the true. We all know it's going to get Hollywoodized, but pretty much what it was a battalion of women that tried to move the mail system, because I guess there was like 17 million letters that were not getting delivered to the correct place. They couldn't figure out where to go. They couldn't figure out who to give to, because some of the letters were, only had like Bubba or, very interesting stuff like that that just wasn't happening.
Or
Uh, wi-
because some packages were sitting so long, rats had gotten in there and tore everything up.
yeah,
Oof, yeah, that was a thing.
and,
Yeah.
this is back when a letter was the only way to communicate. So this was really hard, and it was. Um, I, th- I'm gonna go. I'm going to go with it. I thought this was going to be a story about them doing this job and solving this problem. Um, and what it was more about was the racism and sexism that they got because they were, black and in the military during this time frame, which we all know wasn't a great time frame. But that was my biggest disappointment with this show. Um, the characters are fine. The characters didn't get enough screen time though. I'm going to tell you right now, I did not. I didn't feel for the characters, really. There's only one that I felt, and that was Kerry Washington's character, which was the main character. And she had a lot of screen time and she was good, but it just wasn't, it didn't portray what I thought this show was going to be about, was about them solving the mail problem. Because they were given 6 months to get this done, and they did it in 3 months. I wanted to see how the
Wow.
hell they did this and got it done, and so on and so forth. Because at the end of all of this, when they arrived back in Fort Dix, they disbanded the unit, the battalion, and stuff, and they all went away. And there are still a few members still left alive. I think there's like three that are
Yeah.
still left alive from it.
Okay.
Um, but and it's really cool. They've been recognized finally for the work that they did, so on and so forth. But this is a Tyler Perry movie, and he decided to push the racism and sexism more than give me the true story behind it, which I was very bummed about. Don't get me wrong, I understand that was a part of it, and I hate that for a time in our life when this is happening, but I wanted to know how they did it, what they did, their life, their story, their thing, and I was just left disappointed. Was it a bad movie? Not really, but I was very disappointed. I will say there is a bad part. The editing was shit in this. It was so cut up that it was here's a small 10-minute scene, here's a small 10-minute scene, here's a small 10-minute scene. It did not flow very well. Sorry. Mizzy, what did you think?
I enjoyed it for what it was. Um, I didn't hate it, but I do agree with you that they should have, or rather, I wanted to see more of how they solved it. I thought that um, some of the storylines with it were good, and if you want to rate it on did Mizzy cry at an emotional point or not, I cried. That's a thing. So I mean, it does get you in your feels with some things, but it's very heavy on the racism part and the sexism, which yes is a part of the time, but also for a show that was also very it made a point to say, hey, don't let these things bother you. They focused a lot on it rather than how they made it so that it didn't bother them. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Words?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Words.
So that part I feel like should have been included more. But overall, it was fine. I probably wouldn't watch it again, just because okay, I've seen it, not a big deal. Now Monuments Men, that is a movie that I would watch again.
What
Which
movie?
actually, Monuments Men, which actually I
Oh,
might need
gotcha.
to watch it this week. Now that I mention it, because that's a good movie.
We should do a watch party. I'd watch that again. I own it.
But that was the thing is I really wanted to know the story of the battalion and how they did stuff and everything, and learn about it and about them. And it wasn't about them; it was about the racism at that time period on them. So I was disappointed. I give it a meh. It was like 2.5 space herpes. It just wasn't. I will never watch it again. That's the reason why I went online and read about everything about them that I could because I wanted to know about them type stuff. So,
Yeah.
nerd?
Uh, so that reminded me of one that I watched a bit ago, but forgot to ever review on the show, on the podcast, is Hidden Figures. Um, which is about the 3 African American women that worked for NASA and at the time of segregation and ended up helping with they were they were mathematicians, and they were helping out with John Glenn's launch um into orbit. And it's Taraji Henson, Octavia Spencer, and Janelle Monáe, and fantastic casting, amazing acting. Like I can see why this was nominated and won awards. It does focus it while it does focus on a lot of the racial stuff, because I mean, that was part of the time, but also the work that they did and how they help to reintegrate, uh, how NASA then decided to unsegregate because of these women. Um, like there's a scene where one of them she had to use the restroom and had to go all the way across the NASA campus just to use the segregated bathroom. And they're just like, you know what? Screw this. You can use this one now. Like that's ridiculous. Shouldn't be affecting your work.
Yeah.
And I give it 0. It was such a well acted movie, and Janelle Monáe never ceases to surprise me with how good of an actress she is. Gonzo?
What else did I did? Like I said, I didn't do a lot of watching. Um, because a lot of my shows are gone or off the air or whatever. I did notice something, nerd, that I have to tell you, because something happened and you're not gonna like it. Give me 1 second so I make sure I go to it so I can say it correctly.
Already
Um,
mad.
the completely made up Adventures of Dick Turpin got canceled.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
While
Like,
while the show is fun and ridiculous, it's a very niche show.
yeah. I did see that. I guess something happened with whatever, and they were like, "Nope, we're done. It's over," type
Yeah,
thing. So I was like, "Eh." So,
like on
but that was just here nor there type thing. So,
yeah,
you're the only person I know that watched it. So,
gotcha.
I saw that. I was like, "Oh." I'm still watching. I haven't started Severance yet. The new season of Severance. I'm going to start that probably this week. I did.
That's the Adam Scott show.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then I still got to finish Silo, which I'll probably watch that. I did finish Skeleton Crew, which love the shit out of. Can't wait. Hopefully we'll get a season 2.
I need to
If
finish
we
that.
if we don't, it's okay, because it gave us an ending with open ending to it, with interpretation. So I will definitely get in that. I do have a couple of shows set up for coming, like Night Agent and New Recruit. Those should be starting up again, and those were good. Spy, agent, secret agent type stuff, which I enjoyed. The first season was pretty good. So I'll have to wait, get any on that. Nerd, do you have anything?
Yeah. So I started. Uh, it's been several years. But I started back up watching the 2017 DuckTales.
Nice.
Uh, as someone who grew up watching the 90s cartoon, I I'm as happy with this as I was with X-Men 97. Like
Ooh.
they are doing it justice. There is a lot of I laugh at the self-referencing. Like there's totally a Darkwing Duck episode, which made me stupid happy because like the episode starts and I'm just like, wait a minute, I know these voices. What show am I watching again? Double check. I'm like, no, this is DuckTales. Why am I hearing Jim Cummings? Uh, but yeah, the voice cast that they got for this, 100% the reason that I started watching this is because Scrooge McDuck is voiced by David Tennant.
That tracks.
And then you've got Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I can't remember which one's which, but we got Danny Pudi, who played Abed on Community. We've got Bobby Moynihan, who's on Saturday Night Live, and we've got Ben Schwartz, who was on Parks and Recs. And then Webbigail or Webby is voiced by Kate Micucci of Garfunkel and Oates. So like you've got this great amalgamation, and it's fun, it's silly, it very much captures the vibe of the original show without being cheesy 90s. Like I think they did a really good job of updating the show. So I'm going to give it like half to 0. Like it's better than it should be.
Are there Beagle Boys?
I believe so.
There you go, Cookie. Nerd believes there. So, sure.
I'm still in the first season, I think, of 3 or 4 seasons. I have to double check how many seasons there are. But I'm still in season 1. So anything else for you, Gonzo?
No, that was it. I was busy with work. I was working really, really late a couple of days, so I didn't get to a lot of that done. But there's not much coming out, movie
Yeah.
wise or anything else. I'm waiting for stuff to come out.
Yeah, the only other thing I watched this week was a movie that I've watched like a couple dozen times. So I don't like I was introducing friends to the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies. So we watched the first one. I watched it with people who had never watched Star Trek before, and they had a fun time of going, "Oh my God, that's so and so, that's so and so." Like you get baby Chris Hemsworth pre Thor, you get Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto, Carl Urban. Like the cast is just so good. My biggest criticism is the biggest criticism that everybody has about this movie is fuck off with all the lens flares. Seriously.
Yes.
Just knock it off, JK. But it still holds up. It's still fun. I grew up 20 minutes from Riverside, Iowa, which is the future birthplace of Captain Kirk. Like I have been to Trek Fest. My family are Trekkies, and I really, really enjoy the newer Star Trek movies. Also, it was one of the last things that Leonard Nimoy made before he passed away, so it's nostalgic at the same time. So I'm gonna give it 1. Yes, and Zoe Saldana, of course. How can we possibly forget Uhura?
Uh, they did um, they did talk about that to see if they were going to get any more from the newer crew, and they pretty much said no, we're done.
I think especially after Anton Yelchin passed away, who plays Chekhov,
Yeah.
they stopped at 3, and I think that that's okay.
No, nothing wrong. So, Missy, you have anything else?
I got nothing.
Got nothing.
I'm
I'm done.
I
Also,
am making my way through Final Fantasy. I am almost to the end of Shadowbringers.
yeah, I think
So
you're what, like
I've-
10
I
or
think I've
15
got
quests away, and then you're Endwalker,
I think 15, 16, yeah.
and then you're in Endwalker, and then you can go to Dawn Trail and catch up with a lot of people.
And then I can do the Manderville quests and get the cool weapons.
But now you're taking a slight detour so you can get a room and
Well, now that
decorate.
I'm in a free company that I can decorate a room in, yes, I am going to be slightly distracted trying to get promotion in my Maelstrom ranks.
It's not hard.
Slight
So.
detours. Fine.
So, guys, that is our show for tonight. We appreciate you coming and hanging out. We've done quite a bit of stuff. Make sure you follow us on at least our Facebook, and that's where we post a lot of our pictures. And then you can also follow us. Of course, you're following us here on Twitch. If you like what we do, share it out with people. With social media networkings going up and down, and we don't know if one's going to get canceled the next day, anything helps. If you see us, if you go anywhere to Adepticon, come and say hi to us. We don't have a problem with that. We would enjoy it thoroughly. Just let us know. We're
Let us know who
enjoy.
you are online, because we
Yes.
may not recognize you.
Yes, if you come up to and say, "Hey, I listened to you," I was like, "Hey, thanks a lot," and you're like, "I'm John," I'm like, "John, you're oh, I'm so and so in the chat." I'm like, "Oh, even better,"
Yes.
type thing.
Let us know your screen name because we don't know everybody's real name.
Yeah. So, guys, as usual, please take care of yourself. Please look after each other. If you need someone to hang out with, you got plenty of Discords. You got Nerd Holla. You got Hours. You got the Pyro Club's Discord. If you got a Discord, share it out. You can hang out with people. We all do stupid stuff late night. So,
Yo.
take care of each other. For More Than Dice,
Yep.
I'm Gonzo.
I'm Nerd.
And I'm Mizzy.
Good night.
Thanks for listening to More Than Dice, making the world a better, nerdier place, one dumb joke at a time. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. For more nerdy action or to connect with your hosts, check them out on Facebook.com/morethandice and Twitch.tv/more_than_dice. Until next time, stay nerdy, stay proud, and we'll see you soon on the More Than Dice podcast.